Today we found the candidate that we've been looking for. Finally today, a great candidate, a candidate that you can vote for instead of against, who carries the great message of peace, prosperity, and freedom as enumerated in the U.S. and Texas Constitution, a candidate in defense of the people, Ms. Debra Medina.
Much. I want to extend a special thanks to you for driving out in the nasty weather. I hope you all came safely without hazard and will return to your homes this afternoon. I want to make a special introduction to you. My husband Noe is here with us today. He's at the back of the room. Say hello. Children. Unfortunately, neither one of them are here. Our daughter Janice married in April and lives in Portland, Oregon. She'll be joining the campaign in late December, and I can't wait for her to hit the road. You'll see a little bit of her mama in her. And my son Jacob is a junior at Texas A&M University. He's hauling grain for the Bryan Co-op today all around Central Texas. So it's a privilege for me to be here. And a special thanks to the media for coming out. I know that there are two Goliaths in this race that y'all are used to covering. I appreciate you coming out and listening to what we have to say. For better than 15 years, I've been exhorting my team from the sidelines of that very important game that we might call political football. You know the game. The red end zone, is this picking up? Oh, I need a microphone here. The red end zone is freedom and limited government, little government, blue zone, no freedom, and big government. My team, the red team, has had the ball in Texas for all of the last 15 years, but we've done little to move in the right direction. Some might say we've even lost yardage. I grew up on a farm. I know the value of hard work. And I learned early, the more I get to keep, the more control I have over what I earn, the harder I work. You know, the funny thing is, that's true of business too, isn't it? The more we let a business keep, the more it produces. And that's true of an economy. We seem to have lost sight of that. The goalpost on our side of the field may be getting a bit hazy for last season's starters. It's time for a new quarterback, and we ought not be moving one of the girls who's been on the field into that position. She's just as clouded in her vision. She too has often fumbled or carried the ball in the wrong direction. My name's Debra Medina. I'm a wife, a mother, a registered nurse. Like most Texans, I'm a producer. I work for a living. And I still work for a living. I manage a company that provides medical billing and consulting services. Together with my husband and son, I also run a small cattle business in DeWitt County. I know what it is to have bills to pay and to be a provider. I work mid and upper level management in small and large business, in private healthcare that has to meet a bottom line, that has to show a profit to shareholders. I've started and run a successful small business. I've been training my whole life for such a time as this. Learning the value of hard work, figuring out which team I wanted to play with, recognizing the importance of moving the ball towards little freedom, little government, and big freedom. The closer we are to freedom and limited government, the more prosperous we all become. I played in the minor leagues and I played hard. I'm ready to take the field to quarterback for a time for Texas. The first thing we have to do is shore up our economy. I understand that there are two elements essential to freedom. I've talked about that a lot. Freedom and limited government require private property ownership and gun ownership. If this economic engine known as Texas and there's not a bigger engine, not a more powerful one anywhere, is going to run like it should. We've got to own our land. We're going to eliminate property tax in Texas. When we eliminate property tax in Texas and we raise the revenue necessary to fund schools and other essential service by imposing a broader based sales tax, a burden much easier to carry, we'll see net personal income in this state go up $3 billion. $3 billion. We'll add 125,000 to 150,000 new jobs in the first 3 to 5 years. That's leadership. That's what we ought to be doing in Texas.